The Indiana Fever pulled off one of the most thrilling comebacks of the WNBA season, and the basketball world is still buzzing. Down by double digits heading into the fourth quarter, the Fever showed heart, hustle, and a whole lot of firepower to turn things around. And leading the emotional charge, none other than rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. Stay tuned as we break down every angle of this incredible game. Clark's clutch contributions, her fiery post-game reaction, the energy in the locker room, and what this comeback really says about the Fever's future. The Indiana Fever came into this matchup needing a win, not just the standings, but to silence the doubters. After a rough stretch to start the season, including multiple narrow losses and questions swirling about chemistry and leadership, critics were beginning to circle. Could this team, young and still finding its rhythm, actually close out games? Could they handle pressure against more experienced squads? Their opponent that night, a battle-tested team loaded with veterans, physical defenders, and a deep bench. This was the kind of matchup that exposes weaknesses. And for most of the game, it looked like Indiana was about to get exposed again. Through 3 quarters, the Fever just couldn't find a groove. Their shots weren't falling. The offense looked stagnant. Turnovers were piling up, with bad passes and miscommunications. And defensively, they were getting beat in transition and leaving shooters wide open. At one point, they trailed by 14 points. The crowd at Gamebridge Fieldhouse sat in near silence, nerves creeping into the air, with the scoreboard showing 71-57 at the start of the fourth. Head coach Christy Sides gathered her team in the huddle. What she said wasn't flashy or long-winded. It was raw and to the point. "You got 10 minutes to decide who we are." That challenge resonated. From the opening play of the fourth quarter, something shifted. The Fever suddenly looked like a different team. And at the center of that energy shift, Caitlin Clark. The rookie phenom had been relatively quiet through 3 quarters, managing just 9 points and struggling to get clean looks. But champions don't disappear when it gets hard. They rise, and Clark rose with force. It started with a step-back 3 over a taller defender, classic Caitlin Clark. As soon as the ball swished through the net, the crowd erupted and the bench jumped to its feet. That shot didn't just cut into the deficit. It lit a fire. On the very next possession, Clark made a lightning-quick steal near midcourt and fired a no-look assist to Kelsey Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell knocked down the 3, and just like that, the lead was down to single digits. The arena turned into a frenzy. From that point on, the Fever played like a team possessed. Aaliyah Boston, who had battled physical double teams all game, suddenly couldn't be stopped. She dominated the paint, grabbing offensive boards and finishing through contact. Nalissa Smith started sprinting the floor like a guard, drawing fouls, converting tough-and-one plays, and locking down defensively. Indiana's defense transformed. Tight switches, quick rotations, and suffocating ball pressure. They forced rush shots and turnovers, flipping the pace in their favor. Every loose ball was theirs. Every rebound, a battle they refused to lose. With just under 2 minutes to go, the Fever had stormed all the way back to tie the game at 82. From down 14 to even, it was a complete momentum reversal. The building was shaking. The bench was electric. And Caitlin Clark was locked in with 1:12 remaining, and the score nodded at 82. Caitlin Clark took the ball at the top of the key. The crowd rose in anticipation. She orchestrated a high pick and roll with Boston, faked the pass to the big, and pulled up from way beyond the arc, 27 feet. The shot splashed through. The eruption was deafening. That go-ahead 3 wasn't just a bucket, it was a dagger. But Clark wasn't finished. After defensive stop, Clark secured the rebound, pushed the ball up court, and drew a hard foul. She stepped to the free throw line, took a breath, and calmly knocked down both shots to stretch the Fever's lead to 5. And then came the moment that sealed the game. With just 22 seconds left, Indiana leading by 3, the opposing team tried a quick inbound to get a look from deep. Clark anticipated it perfectly, jumped the passing lane, and intercepted the ball. In one motion, she spun and dished a behind-the-back pass to a cutting Nalissa Smith, who laid it in through contact and drew the foul. The final score? 89-82. The Fever had outscored their opponent 32-11 in the fourth quarter. That's not just a comeback. That's dominance. That's a team flipping a switch and unlocking its true identity. This wasn't just another win. It was a moment the entire franchise and fan base will remember. As the buzzer sounded, Caitlin Clark sprinted toward her teammates and wrapped them in a hug. You could see the emotion on her face: joy, relief, pride. This wasn't about stats. This was about belief. In the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark sat down, still dripping from the water bottle celebration her teammates had given her. But she was laser-focused when speaking to the media. "We've been hearing all the noise, all the doubt, about our chemistry, our toughness, our ability to close," she said. "We just showed everyone what we're capable of. This is what Fever basketball is supposed to look like." When asked about her slow start, she didn't make excuses. "I wasn't hitting shots early, and that's on me. But this team never gave up on me. Coach trusted me to lead that fourth quarter, and I'm just glad I could deliver." She gave props to her teammates as well, especially Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. Aaliyah was a beast inside. Kelsey hit huge shots. This wasn't about one player. This was a team win. We grew up tonight. Back in the locker room, it was all smiles, music, and celebration. Clark was doused with water. Players were dancing, and the energy was contagious. Coach Christy Sides addressed the team with visible emotion in her voice. "This is the heart I've been waiting to see. This is the toughness we've been talking about since training camp. I'm so proud of every single one of you." Veteran Erica Wheeler added perspective. "We kept our heads. We didn't panic. That's a sign of growth. That's a sign of a real squad." Even WNBA legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi posted their admiration, applauding Clark's poise and execution under pressure. It showed that the Fever can hang with anybody in the league. It showed they can take a punch and punch back harder. And perhaps most importantly, it showed that Caitlin Clark isn't just a promising rookie. She's already a leader. Statistically, it marked the largest fourth-quarter comeback in Indiana Fever franchise history. That kind of performance builds confidence and camaraderie. It becomes a foundation to build on. Coach Sides emphasized that in her post-game comments. "This is something we can build on. We got a tough stretch ahead, but now we know we can finish." The win bumped the Fever up in the standings and reignited playoff chatter that had been dormant since the season tipped off. There's still work to be done, but momentum is powerful in sports, and right now, Indiana has it. The chemistry is real. The belief is growing. And with each game, Clark gets more comfortable navigating the WNBA's speed and physicality. Her ceiling? Sky high. Was this Clark's most clutch performance yet? Can the Fever ride this momentum into a playoff run? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment.